What's up? Back with another one. So Ryan Clark recently made waves on ESPN's Get Up by making a bold statement about Travis Hunter, the highly anticipated rookie for the Jacksonville Jaguars. With Hunter missing preseason time due to injury, Clark didn't hold back saying the Jaguars may have wasted their draft pick if Hunter doesn't become a true two-way player. His take caught his co-host off guard and sparked debate across the sports world. Let's break down what Clark really meant and why it hit such a nerve. Also, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment because I read all my comments.
Obviously, any missed practice time for a player that's trying to be two players is gonna set him back a little bit.
So, RC, say to these guys what you said to me in the meeting this morning.
That if he doesn't play both sides of the football, you wasted a pick. You wasted assets. You decided that moving up to number 2 wasn't truly what you wanted to do because he's not the number 2 pick as a wide receiver. He's not the number 2 pick as a cornerback. He is the number 2 pick if he plays both.
Right.
He is the number 2 pick if he affects both sides of the football. If he doesn't do that, what you gave up, giving up next year's first-round pick to get him is not worth it to play offense primarily or no defense and vice versa. So to me, if you have to make that decision based on his inability to physically hold up throughout 17 games, it was a mistake to draft Travis Hunter.
If he predominantly plays offense, catches 70 passes for 1,200 yards and 6 touchdowns, and Trevor Lawrence looks like the number 1 pick, he's absolutely worth the...
No, because then you could have got Ladd McConkey last year.
Yeah.
Because Ladd McConkey had 1,200 yards.
But this regime wasn't there last year.
But it's Liam Cohen's problem to fix Trevor Lawrence. It's not Travis Hunter's problem to fix Trevor Lawrence.
No, it's James Gladstone's the general manager. It's his responsibility.
Neither receivers nor corners ever go number 2. That is the rarest of rarities.
Calvin Johnson went number 2. He's not Calvin Johnson.
No, I know that. But like listen, I understand the premise, but the most important thing in Jacksonville is getting Trevor Lawrence to play at an incredibly high level because he was supposed to at the number 1 pick. And if Travis Hunter is part of that and he steps in even with the asset given to him and the high draft pick and he comes in and this offense rolls and Trevor Lawrence looks outstanding, totally worth it.
But he can help on both sides of the ball.
No question.
Their defense only had 8 takeaways last year. Like, you got to get Trevor Lawrence the ball in some good field position.
If Travis Hunter plays both sides and he gets 6 interceptions on defense and he catches 50 passes and Trevor Lawrence stinks, what he does doesn't matter. It's about Trevor Lawrence.
But
Trevor Lawrence is responsible for Trevor Lawrence.
I totally agree.
And if he catches 50 passes and he gets 6 interceptions, first off, he's going to be the all-pro cornerback. Right? And as an all-pro cornerback who also caught 50 passes, you know what else he's going to be? He's going to be a freaking unicorn. Because nobody else in the history of the world has ever done that. And if Trevor Lawrence can't beat Trevor Lawrence that he was drafted to be, and he catches 50 passes, and Brian Thomas Jr. is Brian Thomas Jr., that's Trevor Lawrence's fault. Get a new damn coach, get a new GM, and get a new quarterback. Because it ain't his fault.
Maybe 50 catches is a high number. Yeah. But that's my point. Is like, if he is predominantly playing wideout, and he maybe is subpar defensively or only plays in nickel or sub packages,
I can live with that.
He lights it up on offense,
that's okay. What I'm saying, if he just plays one, it's a loss.
Swagoo, I've been asking all preseason long. Can a man do this? Can a man do what he says he wants to do and this team seems to think he's going to do?
No, it's special packages on defense. I think they drafted Travis Hunter because they wanted him to play offense. And I think it's unfortunate because I think I've been in line with RC on that one thing is when he said, I think on defense, if he full-time went there, he would be in one of those corners, one of those Surtain, one of those guys that changes a defense.
Yeah.
So offensively, you did do it because you got to progress your quarterback, and I think you waste him in that way.
I sat with James Gladstone, their GM. He said the reason we moved up to take him is because he changes the math. They feel like he's going to give them an extra player every week that the other team doesn't have. So it wasn't just because they can play receiver.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm the DB coach, what I'm going to tell every cornerback is every time he's lined up out there, I want you to drive him into the Gatorade.
Okay, let me break it down. Ryan Clark's take on Travis Hunter centers around one core belief. When a team uses such a high draft pick 2nd overall and trades away future assets to do so, the player selected must bring extraordinary, game-changing value. In Clark's eyes, Travis Hunter was chosen not just because of his skill, but because of his rare potential to dominate as both a wide receiver and a cornerback, something nearly unheard of at the professional level. Clark didn't question Hunter's talent or heart, but rather the expectations that come with being drafted that high. He pointed out that wide receivers and cornerbacks almost never go that early in the draft because they usually don't impact the game on the same level as quarterbacks or pass rushers. So, for Hunter to justify that draft slot, he needs to be more than just good. He has to be special, and that means playing both sides of the ball consistently. Clark acknowledged that if Hunter only ends up contributing on offense or only on defense, no matter how well he plays, the Jaguars could have filled that role with a player selected later or without giving up valuable future picks. His critique was less about Hunter personally and more about the risk-reward nature of the pick. He also noted that if Hunter's body can't hold up over a full season due to the demands of a two-way role, then it may have been a mistake to draft him that high in the first place. Some of Clark's co-hosts were surprised by how strongly he expressed that opinion on air, especially considering Hunter recently appeared on Clark's own podcast, where the vibe was far more supportive. But in the end, Clark stood by his point. Hunter isn't a bust now, but he'll only live up to the hype if he becomes the unicorn player he was projected to be. The pressure now falls not only on Hunter, but on the Jaguars coaching staff and front office to manage his development properly, because this pick was never about being average. It was about being historic. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.